Welcome to Talk Birdie to Me with former world number 16 Nick O'Hearn and Tour Pro Mark Allen, live from Titleist and FootJoy headquarters. And thanks to our great partners, Hostplus, the official retirement partner of Talk Birdie to Me. Driving a BMW is like hitting the perfect shot. Smooth, controlled and powerful. Titleist, the clear number one ball in golf. FootJoy, the number one shoe and glove in golf. Betr, when the greats bet, they bet with Betr. And the Golf Clearance Outlet, who beat everyone's prices. Now, here's Nick and Mark.
G'day everybody, welcome to the program. Fellas, I apologise for being a little bit late today, but I only have one question. Who is this bloke?
Come on. Seriously?
Who the hell is that?
Yeah.
And why is he on the screen?
Well, for starters, it's the BMW International Open in Munich.
Our
And
friends
I
at
watched the
BMW,
golf.
Hello.
Obviously, you didn't watch the golf, but
No, I didn't.
crazy finish. South African, Michael Hollick's his name, by the way.
Michael
Hollick.
Aholic.
No, not a holic or alcoholic.
Hollick.
Mick
Hollick.
Remember the drink, Hollick's?
Yeah.
Yeah, Hollick's.
He's not part of that family.
No, I wouldn't have a clue. Anyway, coming down the stretch, him and Henny Duplessis,
Yeah.
both South African golfers. Henny had a 2 or a 3-shot lead at one stage with like 2 holes to go. He bogeyed 17, tough par 3, did not birdie the par 5 18th, which most people were birdieing, or even a few eagles.
Yeah.
Hollick finished birdie eagle to win by 1.
Oh, you're joking.
And you know what the best part is?
What's that?
He's a 39-year-old rookie
Oh, that
on
blows,
the DP World Tour.
That blows the last 2-hole finish away. A 39-year-old rookie.
Yeah. So apparently he started his golf when he was about 25 on the Sunshine Tour in South Africa, played 9 consecutive seasons where he didn't finish inside the top 50.
Oh, this is a great story.
4 years ago, or 3 or 4 years ago, he went back to coaching because he thought, oh, my game's done.
That's fair enough too.
And ended up winning something on the Sunshine Tour, and then I think maybe played a bit of Hotel Planner, got onto the DP World Tour, and now he's a champion. Who would have thought?
Well, that
Incredible.
is a Hostplus plus for golf in anyone's language. That
Certainly is.
brilliant. Just to keep on going and going and growing, because it's a big risk. You know, I stopped playing at 33, and the reason I stopped playing at 33 was because if I kept going, you risk everything. And I wasn't prepared to take that risk.
Yeah.
But if for all the players that are, for every one of these, what's his name, Michael Hollick guys, there are thousands that continue on into the abyss of professional golf. So that's a great story.
It is a great story.
Doesn't happen too often.
I'll tell you, I know that is our plus
Yeah.
for Hostplus, but
Yeah.
I've also got to mention I was watching the golf, and you see some characters, you know, on the DP World Tour,
Yeah, you
and
do.
there was this one guy, a Frenchman, and I saw his name on the screen, and as a commentator, you go, "Ooh, that's tough."
Well, you got to. I bet you practice at home when you see tough names.
You've got to get this right.
Yes.
And the only person who was saying his name was Ali Whitaker, because she is the
Oh, she's a
best at
star.
names.
She gets nothing wrong.
Radar was on the commentary, and he goes, "Okay, and we got the Frenchman hitting into blah blah
Yeah.
blah." He didn't want to take it on, but his name, if you look at the pronunciation, I mean how it's spelt, you would go, "Oh my god!" But his name is Guillamon de Guy,
Well done.
but it is spelt Guillamondagye, blah 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 blah. It's just crazy. Anytime Ali just rattled it off perfectly, so she's also a plus for golf.
Yeah, she is. She is a plus for golf. What was interesting about, apart from his name, this French character? Did he do anything else interesting, or was it just his name?
He was a bit of a rock star.
Was
The
he?
way he played.
He's a rooster.
Yeah, he's got the long hair. He's flamboyant, beautiful swing, a lot of power.
We need more of these types.
Little bit of an Aldrich pot heater feel to him, you know, with
Yeah.
the power and the flair. So I tell you, watching the DP World Tour, it's so good. I love watching that compared to, you know, a lot of the stuff on the PGA Tour.
Can I tell you what pisses me off about the European Tour?
Come on.
We have as many good golfers as South Africa coming through. But this guy on the TV back here, he's a South African. He beat a South African. You mentioned Aldrich. He's a South African.
Yeah, unfortunately.
There is no way they are better than us at golf. There's just no way. And every time...
Well, Getty might beg to, you know.
Bugger Getty. He was a good player, but come on. The kids we have got coming through,
I know.
our natural progression is not to go to the European Tour. These kids that are coming through our system, they've got stars in their eyes and they want to go to America first. It's a big jump.
Well, our pathways now are lending itself because we have the co-sanctioning with the DP World Tour, the big events, and they're helping support our smaller events as well. So the pathways are there to get on the Hotel Planner Tour and the DP World Tour if you win our Order of Merit. The Sunshine Tour have been doing this for years.
For 40 years.
And the Sunshine Tour, they're just like a machine sending these South Africans to Europe. Bang, 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 bang. One after the other. Ernie Els, Retief Goosen, Trevor Immelman, you name them. And they all go through there. And then once they, have found their feet and are playing well, then they start going across and playing in the US like I did. A lot of other guys did. The disappointing part about the BMW International this past week was there was no Australasians made the cut.
Yeah.
And that was tough to watch.
Yeah. See, this was, to me, I still hark back, and I apologise to everyone at the PGA for bringing this up again, but we went down the track of a tour called One Asia, where we were going to do that.
I remember that, yeah.
Where South Africa in the Sunshine Tour, they said, we can't compete. We're a small country down here on the other side of the world. Let's just amalgamate and put our tournaments on the European Tour. And that is one of the reasons why when you flick the telly on a Thursday or a Friday night or a Sunday night and watch the finals round of a DP World Tour event, is why those leaderboards are full of South Africans because their system has funneled players onto the European tours for the last 30 or 40 years.
One sport I think we're better at than them? Soccer.
Oh, yeah. The
World Cup's on at the moment. Speaking of country versus country, how good is it? It's so good to watch.
I'm glad you brought it up because it made me think of our World Cup. Now, you played in 2 World Cups.
I did.
I can remember a time, Nick,
I don't think there's any.
where people wouldn't play in it. I reckon I remember one year where Richard Green played in it and he was in the high teens of the people on the list and he took the second spot.
Yeah.
So the World Cup of golf, it's so...
I don't think we have it anymore, do we?
Look, I remember we had one at Kingston Heath not too long ago.
Yeah.
And that's where we saw John Rahm for the very first time.
No, they had one at Metropolitan many years ago as well. The 2 I played one was in, I think it was in Portugal, and my partner was Stephen Leaney. We both qualified because it goes off world rankings.
Yeah, that's right.
And I think it's top 2 guys within the top 50 in the world rankings, something like that. Now, the funny thing about it back then, and the second time I played, is a lot of the guys in that top 50 go, nah, I don't really want to play it.
That's right.
Which is, anytime I get a chance to represent Australia, my country, I'm like there.
Yeah.
Put me in. I want to do it. So the second time, weirdly, I got to choose my partner because no one in the top 50 wanted to play.
Are you kidding me?
Because I asked a couple and they go, no. They didn't want it. So I ended up choosing Nathan Green. And we're in China. I think we're in Beijing. Played there. Had a great time, and it was a lot of fun. We didn't win, unfortunately. And
you picked a good bloke,
but we had a blast.
He's
Greenie and Shannon. You remember Big Shannon?
Yeah, he was a good bloke.
He was a ripper.
He's caddy,
and Wilbur was on my bag, and it was a lot of fun. But I wish they'd bring back the World Cup, but maybe in a different format. Like, for example, one of the greatest team events, other than the President's Cup that I played, was the last year of the Dunhill.
Did you play in that?
I was there. I was the
Are
last.
You kidding me?
The last time they had the country versus country, and it was.
Was it still a 3-man team?
3-man team.
Who was on your team?
At St Andrews, Stephen Leaney, funnily enough, again, and Peter O'Malley, Pom.
Oh yeah.
So the way it worked was you'd play against another country. Our first match was against the USA, and their team involved John Daly. Might have been Davis Love and not Freddie Couples, Larry Mize. I played against Larry Mize.
You played against Larry?
First time I'd ever played. No, actually, I just played the Open at St Andrews that year.
Yeah.
This is in 2000. First time we're back in October. It was freezing cold. Played Larry Mize and shot 65. Thank you very much. Played one of the
freezing cold conditions
at St Andrews. One of my greatest memories of the old course.
Bit of retribution for Australia there.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah. So we, but
you take some big scalps, Nick. I've got to give it to you.
I had a good week. We played Japan, and their team. One of the players was Isao Aoki.
Oh yeah.
If you remember Isao, I think I might have told this story before.
With the toe, that I say, the toe of the putter way up in the air.
When we played them, because we got to choose who we wanted to play against. It was kind of weird how we.
How?
Well, I remember Pom saying, "Look, I don't want to play against Aoki. He annoys me." I'm like, okay, fine. No worries. I'll have him.
You know why it would annoy him? Because Pomp wouldn't miss a green, and I reckon he would hole everything with the toe of his putter up like this, and that would really annoy Pomp.
But little did Aseo know that I used to speak a little bit of Japanese, you see.
Yeah, you do.
And I'm nowhere near any good at anymore.
Yeah.
I understand.
You understand enough.
I understood a lot more back then, and some of the things he was sort of saying around the golf course, was, I thought, oh, did I just hear that? Anyway, there was a bit of gamesmanship going on.
What sort of stuff?
Yeah, I want to hear
it was more, it was kind of in a way of
criticising St Andrews.
No. It was like, this guy thinks he's really going to beat me, and that sort of thing. You know what I mean? And in the end, I hold a 15-footer on the last hole.
Another scalp.
Another one. I won all my matches in
Did
that
you?
Dunhill, but unfortunately, because it's a team comp, we got beaten 2-1 against Argentina, I think, in the semis.
You're a very good player, Nick.
Oh, I used to love it.
Yeah.
So. Anyway, going back to the World Cup.
If we were going to reinvent the World Cup, because it's crap, all right, the World Cup is garbage. I mean, even when it came to our shores,
The Golf World Cup.
no one else. Yeah, the Golf World Cup. Even when it came to our shores, it came to our shores because no one else wanted it. I mean, that's the bottom line. So we took it because we needed any kind of golf to showcase in this country. And when it came to Kingston Heath, it was, people went there and had a look. I can't even remember who won. I mean, that's the kind of scope we're looking at.
Actually, I think I might remember because a mate of mine might have won it. Was it Denmark? Because Soren Kelsen.
Yeah, it might have been.
I know he won one year.
Yeah,
Anyway.
it was some Nordic joint that won it. Anyway, well done to them. Let's reinvent it.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So I'm with Dan now. I spoke to Dan on the way in, and he was talking about scarcity.
Yes.
Because the current World Cup, if it was held every single year, the Soccer World Cup I'm talking about, if that happened every year, it just wouldn't have the same punch
It's like the Olympics, isn't
that it does today. Yeah. And that's the other thing that now a Golf World Cup would have to dodge, because the Olympics with men and women, even though they haven't been counting together, I think at some stage they will, we've got to dodge that as well. So I would have it every 4 years and the 2 years opposite the Olympics.
I like it.
So what year is it this year?
2026.
So it should be this year.
Yeah.
All right. And so 2020. So the first one we'd be able to put together, Nick, if you and I were tournament organisers, is 2030.
Love it.
Does that mean to be up against the Com Games?
Yeah.
Same year?
It would be, wouldn't it?
Not that that is as big as the Olympic scores.
But it would be the same year as the Com Games.
Yeah.
But we don't have golf in the Commonwealth Games, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, true.
So we don't have to worry about that. They got it in the Olympics.
Yeah.
That's a whole other
course,
story.
yeah.
So first things first, we've got to get the PGA Tour on board, because nothing works in the game of golf moving forward unless they are on board, fully on board. Now, in this world today, sponsors, which, because we want big money for this thing, they love stuff where there's men and women playing together because it covers all bases. So we've got to have men and women on the same team. Now, for it to be a true World Cup and a team event, it's got to be 2 men and 2 women.
Perfect.
Okay. So if we've got 2 men and 2 women, how do you qualify as a country? Now, you'll be better at this than me. How do you qualify as a country? Because to make this work, if we've got 20 countries times 4, there's 80 players, and that's about it.
Yep.
So you can only get 20 countries in a World Cup, which I love. That's a good way of doing it, because if you're Fiji, I'm sorry, you're out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
World rankings have got to come into it.
That's right.
In some way, shape or form. Now, the current world ranking system, obviously there's been some debate on all that.
Yeah.
But I still think you need some sort of a ranking system, and that's fine. So you just take the 2 best men and the 2 best women from each country within, what do you call it, the top 200 in the world, maybe? Something like that. Because some countries, they are going to be further back. Korea, for example, they can only put 2 Korean women in, and they could probably have 20 in there if you wanted, because they'll all be in that top 100 or 200. So there's things to think about there as well.
That's right.
Because some countries get 2 teams.
Is it the total number? So, if you've got one fella at 15, one at 30, and then the girls, you got one at 1 and one at 4, well, you add up all those numbers, and you've got a 35, you've got a 50 there, all right? So they're in. So that's the only way you could do it logically, and that would be the qualifying system for a true World Cup. The other thing you've got to do to make it viable, apart from the PGA Tour, it's got to have some serious prize money, and it's got to be on a venue each year that is iconic.
Indeed.
Alrighty, so where they used to play the Dunhill, St Andrews, has a lot of iconic about it. Would you have to, every 4 years, block a week off? Would that be a way of doing it? So the world of golf, the eyes are on the World Cup.
Totally.
And that has to happen. Now, could you get it to happen?
Absolutely.
If you control golf.
I think so, because now, you said earlier, the PGA Tour, they're the ones, we need them.
Yep.
They're putting their new schedule in 2028 where it's February through August. So you're going to look at that September, early October date, early October at the latest, because it gets pretty cold at St Andrews in that time. So late September, I think, would be a good time. Now, it's typically around when the Ryder Cups, President's Cups are on, I'm assuming. So you got to bear those in mind. But I'm sure you could fit a week in the schedule, no problem at all, around there.
Okay, format. Now, this is really important because I want match play at the end of this. I want someone to have a part.
Yeah. I like the stroke match play format, where you play 18 holes. It's not over, it's 7 and 6. No. It's someone shot 70 to 72 because
all right,
I like that.
We'll go with that. So would you have a 2-round qualifier and then the top 8 countries, then they move into some kind of a match play situation?
I like that. Yep, totally.
All right, so 2 rounds of qualification.
Yep.
You've only got 80 players.
All 4 scores count.
All 4 scores count. Yeah, no one's
36 holes.
You let someone down, you've let someone down.
Yep.
Yeah, I love that. You've got to have.
That's why you got to choose the best players.
Okay, what about if there is a tie for the top 8 teams?
Well, then you have a
playoff or nearest the pin. I want something like a penalty shootout.
You put someone's name in the envelope.
Yeah.
And they go into a sudden death playoff.
See, I'd be tempted.
I'd almost do it in a way. Maybe it becomes you have one male, one female, alternate shot type scenario. I mean, I don't know. So anyway,
there's lots of things they could do.
There's
that
plenty.
Could spice it up.
Yep.
And if the prize money was obscene, which we kind of expect these days, it's got to be obscene. If the world of golf stopped for a World Cup, then I think you'd get some interest.
Very. Yeah, I think so.
I mean, you guarantee what countries you guarantee in that? You guarantee America, you guarantee England, you guarantee Japan, you guarantee South Korea with the girls, you guarantee pretty much everybody.
Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, France, Spain, you name it.
The strongest 20 countries.
Switzerland, Austria, who knows? But Germany, there's so many great players around the world. Canada, where else we going? Colombia, who knows? So it'd be like, as you say, the World Cup of soccer, World Cup of golf.
What do you do if you've got a player who is an absolute gun from a smaller country,
like Vijay Singh, a Vijay Singh situation?
Perfect example. A Vijay Singh situation where you've got a gun and there's daylight, second, third, and there's no one.
It's bad luck.
Sorry,
it's bad luck. You're out.
Okay.
They need to grow the game more in their country.
It's bad luck. I mean, that's just an unusual he typifies that situation.
Yeah.
I mean, he was what was he? Did he win 8 or 9 times in one season?
Year, maybe 9 or 10 times. Yeah, got to number 1 in the world when Tiger was number 1. I mean,
that's
it was scary how good he was.
Yeah, he was a freak show.
He was,
and no one had ever seen anything like it. I told you, I qualified.
I don't know how many courses there are in Fiji, but there's not many. So
I had to qualify for a tournament called the Coca-Cola Classic at Century Cove a million years ago, 1991.
Okay,
and there was a qualifying, believe it or not, at Peninsula Golf Club, the old Peninsula Golf Club. And I rock up, someone's been knocked out of my group, and I'm playing with a bloke called Vijay Singh.
Oh, okay.
So it's me and Vijay. We were the first 2 off, and there were 3 spots. That golf course was so soggy and wet, and it was just a cold day. Vijay hit the ball like a god and shot 2 under.
Oh.
I reckon I had 24 putts and shot 1 under.
Oh, nice.
And we took 2 of those 3 spots.
Wow.
The other bloke who was in our group, he DQ'd. He didn't turn up. So I don't know what happened to him. He just didn't turn up. So it was just he and I. And because Vijay had that reputation,
sure,
I was getting some stares in the clubhouse.
Oh, okay.
I swear to God, I shot 1.
Yeah.
It was a freak round.
Yeah.
And he hit the ball like a god. There was only one other guy who qualified.
Funny how it works.
It's just the way. But my God, could he play?
Oh, yeah.
Did you get to play with him much?
Yeah, I did. President's Cups. I never played with him, but he was on my team. Played regular tour. I remember, funnily enough, I played the Dunhill with him one year when it was the Pro-Am style format in the final round and other regular tour events. Yeah, he was, ball striking wise, it was incredible. It was just with his putting. If he putted well, he shot good scores because his putting was always a bit dodgy.
It was a bit dodgy.
Yeah, a little bit. Speaking of qualifying, they had the all the final qualifyings for the Open Championship coming up next week.
Yeah, what happened?
And Austin Truslow got a spot.
He got a spot in the main draw?
In the main draw.
Oh, wow.
He qualified at a course called, what was it called?
Whereabouts was it?
Burham and Burrow or something like that. They had all these different sites and there was 4 spots. He played really well. The other thing I saw they're doing is they're doing I don't know if you've seen this, one day final spot 18-hole shootout for 12 players at Birkdale on the Monday of the Open. Yeah. I don't know how you get in the 12 spots.
How do you get into the 12 spots?
Yeah, well, maybe it goes off world rankings or something like that. So
I love the idea.
We'll have to look at that. But it's called the Last Chance Qualifier, Monday, 13th of July, 12 guys, 1 spot, 18
so
holes.
Exciting. It's so cool.
I love it. And particularly it being at the host venue.
I know. It's just incredible.
Because that's the way they used to do it. You know, in the old days, you just get that golf course for the whole week, and that's how you would qualify for an event.
I would say that's this week's Touch of Class, but it's not.
Oh.
I'm actually going to go with the guy who won there at Royal Birkdale when I played my Open back in 2008. Yeah. At Royal Birkdale. By the way, this was one of the toughest British Opens I've ever played. I know you played Carnoustie. Yeah. And winning score was 5 over? I think 7 over?
I think at Carnoustie, 7
maybe?
or 8 over got you into the playoff.
Yeah. Birkdale, it was 3 over.
Strong.
That year. I think the cut was 11 over, something like that. I shot loads, but I made the cut and finished midfield. But
was that the year there was about 140 players made the cut?
No, I don't think so.
There was one of those years, I remember
It was the year Norman was leading.
Okay,
You know, when he was in his 50s.
Yeah.
Anyway. And Chris Evett was his partner at the time. So, but Pádraig Harrington, I saw something during the week, and this was brilliant. I don't know if you saw this clip because he's just won the US Senior Open, by the way, back-to-back years. But he was talking about how much golf he's playing at the moment, and I think this is a touch of class from Pádraig.
When I'm 70 years of age, I won't regret playing an extra event.
Yeah.
So, like, who wouldn't want to do what I do? Every tournament I turn up to, it's in the best condition that golf course can be for us. Everything is looked after. Everything is like as good as can be. So each week I play golf, and I have to try and remind myself of this. Each week I play golf is like for a normal person who's into their golf, they would save all their money to have that 1 week's holiday a year, and I get to do it 30 times a year. So that's not lost to me. I love playing golf. I love being out here competing.
So he's our BMW touch of class. How good is that? He loves the game of golf.
I was going to say exactly the same thing. I don't think I've ever seen a player at his age love the game more. And his tutorials are amazing. His body's still in great shape. Yeah. He's still hitting the ball a million miles, but he works so hard at it.
He does, yeah.
Touch of class.
Driving a BMW is like hitting the perfect shot.
Well, that is pure magic.
Funny story about Pádraig back from the playing days, especially more so when he was playing in the US, because a lot of players used to fly privately, you know, as you do over there, get the private jet. And anyway, I think he was doing a long-haul flight from Dublin, where he lived, across to the States, and they were flying commercially.
Right.
So his son was with him, because his son's name's Paddy as well, I think. Yeah. And anyway, Paddy gets on the plane and they turn left or whatever, you know, to go to first class and all that. And Paddy sits down next to Pádraig, his dad, and says, "Hey, Dad, what are all these people doing on our plane?"
He's so used to flying.
I think it might have been the first time he'd flown commercial.
Oh, isn't it amazing? I mean, what the life these kids must lead, you know.
That's the story I heard anyway.
Kids are superstar. I reckon it's true. I almost guarantee it. What are all these people doing on our plane, Dad?
It was a great one.
That is hilarious. You know, I remember Pádraig Harrington, and he told the story of when he went through tour school, and he wasn't putting so flash. Mm-hmm. And for some reason, he did one of your drills that I reckon you've heard from him before, where he would hit a putt, but he was doing this drill and he felt like his head was moving too much. So he would hit a putt and then he wouldn't look up until he saw what was underneath the ball. You do this with the coin,
With
right?
the coin, yeah.
So you don't look up until you see the coin that you've just hit the ball off.
Yep.
He did that in his tour school. That he only went to one tour school. He was a superstar player as a kid. Got through all the way, and he uses that drill to this day. And it is one of the most superb drills. I know.
Simplest drill of all.
I heard him say it a million years ago. And at the very least, when you're doing your practice warm-up on the putting green before you hit off on the first tee, it's the perfect time to actually do it. And then the other thing that I still do to this day is I don't look up until I guesstimate what the ball is doing.
Yeah, is it
So,
short, long?
Short,
things like
long,
that.
that's right.
That's the other game you can play on the practice green is you have 3 balls and you have about a 30-footer and you hit it and you go short
That's right.
or you go long or that's good.
Yeah.
And then you see, okay, is my feel relating to what's actually happening? It's a
Yeah.
great little game to play.
And you can go even a little bit further. Sometimes I'll go short left because you'll really feel what your body is doing. Because if you are hitting putts and then looking up, all your senses go out the window
They do.
because you see what's going on. But if you do this drill before you play, and particularly if you haven't been doing, I do it because I don't do much putting practice. So when I'm having a 2-minute putt before I play, I do that, and I find it keeps you so sharp that you're not using your eyes to see what the ball does. You're actually using your other senses to feel what's going on. And it is amazing how sharp you can get your putting. Like you'll hit the first putt and you go, oh, I just know that's passed. You look up and it's short. You go, oh, hang on a second. What's happened there? And then you keep on going.
Yeah.
And 2 minutes into your warm-up before you play, you're going, that's 2 foot past.
Yeah.
And you look up and that 40-footer that you just hit is in fact 2 foot past. Now, it's a great cheat, folks, if you're not doing it. Next time, try it. And then when you have 40 points, you can thank Pádraig Harrington.
Yeah, there you go.
Or you can thank Talk Birdie Trivia. One or the other. Send us some. See, if you use it and you do well in the comp, let us know.
Yeah. My version of that is the old leapfrog drill. Where you,
What's that?
Well, so what I do is I put 5 balls down, step 5 paces out,
Yeah.
put a coin down, another 3 paces, put a tee down. So I've got like 3 paces about 9 feet,
Yeah.
5 paces back to my balls, about 15 feet. First ball, I've got to get just past the coin. Second ball, just past that ball. Third
Just
ball,
past.
so every time I'm just past, but within the space.
Yeah.
Now after a while, and then if I do that with 5 balls, I move back another step. So now I'm 6 paces, 18 feet. I go all the way back to 10 paces, 30 feet. This is when I was on tour. The best speed drill I've ever done.
Yeah.
Now what happens is by the end of it, I've got a 35-footer or something, and as soon as I hit it, I go, oh, that's a foot short. Or that's a foot long. You know straight away. It's amazing how quickly your speed gets dialed in when you're doing these sorts of drills.
Yeah, that is right. The other one too, now we're on to tips.
Here we
before
go.
Play, all right.
There's a video series you can watch these on, by the way.
The other one is I see a lot of people, if you're lucky enough to be playing at a private club and that club's got a driving range, a lot of people go driving range, putting green, and that's it. Just hit a few chips on the driving range. I mean, you don't have to, especially, how long did you set yourself to warm up before you played? Mine was, I'd get to the course, I want to step on the range about 40 minutes before I play, and that, I didn't build up anxiety.
I was 50, yeah.
You're 50, yeah. So it's 40 minutes, bang, you're into it. You've done a bit of a stretch, you have a chip, you have a putt, and you walk on that tee and let's go. All righty? But most people just get out of the car park. And if you're lucky, swing a few clubs. But if you do have that driving range, you hit your shots and you just hit a few chips and a few pitches on the driving range. It's so important. Then go and do that putting drill where you're not looking up and you're guessing to yourself, or you're feeling to yourself that you've hit that too hard or you hit that one too short. You'll find you'll get it wrong early, and then before you know it, you will be absolutely flying.
Dialed in.
Can I just mention Chris Gotterup this week?
Please.
I know this isn't the global highlights, all right?
It's okay.
I know it's not. But I did see a stat that I couldn't believe. Now, Kyle Porter, if you're following him on wherever he posts, he's very good.
He is good.
Listen to this, because I couldn't get over it. Chris Gotterup has the same number of wins in the last 12 months as, deep breath, Rory, Ludwig, Rahm, Sam Burns, Cantlay, Siwoo, McNeely, Harrison English, JT, Lowry, Ricky, Spieth, Keegan, Brian Harmon, Corey Connors, Jason Day, all the Hoggarts, Sepp, and DJ. All those players together,
Crazy.
and Gotterup has the same number of wins in the last 12 months.
Isn't that incredible?
Now, that is unbelievable.
Yeah, there was Kyle Porter posted another one as well where he showed total number of wins. Let's see if I can find that one as well.
Total number of wins.
Total number of wins since January 1st, I think 2024, I think it was. Yeah. Scotty has 16.
Yeah.
Scotty Scheffler.
Yeah.
And 3 of those are majors. Rory and Neiman are tied on 9.
Okay.
And Rory has 2 majors included in that.
Yeah.
Next is Gotterup with 5. And then after that, on 4 is Rahm, Bryson, Hideki, Fitzpatrick, Hatton, Reed, and several others.
He's gone past a lot of good
He's
players.
unbelievable. Incredible.
That is amazing. Yeah. So the reason I mentioned that is because you want to hang around for my top 5 a little bit later, which is the top 5 players who break a whole stack of rules in the golf swing textbook. Because when you watch him swing, I don't want to say this out loud.
You don't want to say it out loud?
Looks like he's playing off about 4.
Yeah, I know.
It does. It looks like he'd sneak into the Kingston Heath pennant team. He'd just sneak in at number 6 or 7.
When I I was just looking him up on Find My Player, his world ranking. What do you think it is?
His world ranking?
World ranking on Find My Player.
He's won. Okay. Look, he's won 3 times. I'm piecing it all together. I would have said before this win that he was 25 in the world.
He is number 7 now.
7 in the world.
7 in the world.
So he should be. I mean, when you put all those stats together,
Isn't that incredible?
and see what he's done in the last 24 months and how he's elevated his game and all the rest of it,
amazing,
incredible.
Yep.
Anyway,
well, looking forward to this top 5 for Betr, which we will do after the turn.
Introducing the all-new Titleist GTS. A driver that fuses a breakthrough split-mass design with a faster, more forgiving face and our most precise fitting system to create our longest driver ever. Take your game farther with Titleist GTS.
Front 9, back 9, or eyeing the 19th hole, wherever you are in life, Hostplus can help you drive your retirement further. That's a plus.
From Titleist and FootJoy headquarters, this is Talk Birdie to Me. We're here for BMW, luxury and comfort for the 19th hole. Hostplus, the official retirement partner of Talk Birdie to Me. The golf clearance outlet, they beat everyone's prices. And Betr, ahead of the game. Now for Titleist, the number 1 ball in golf, and FootJoy, the number 1 shoe and glove in golf. Here's Nick and Mark.
Rightio, time for this week's top 5. And on the back of Chris Gotterup, winning so many times and blowing the rest of the golf world away with a swing that does seem to break a few rules of the golf textbook.
So you're saying he wouldn't make the Kingston Heath pennant team?
Oh, he would, but he'd be number 6 or 7,
okay.
Based purely on the look of his golf swing.
Well, maybe him and Scotty Scheffler should have a match.
Yeah, Scheffler, that's right. They'd have to play off to get into the number 7 spot.
Okay. So what's the top 5 then?
I'm just joking, by the way. All right.
When the greats bet, they bet with Betr.
Top 5, top 5, top 5.
The top 5 for Betr. When the greats bet, they bet with Betr.
Top 5, top 5, top 5.
Top 5 players who broke a whole lot of rules in the golf swing textbook. So they don't exactly look like their high-performance swings.
I like this.
They don't look like Justin Rose or Adam Scott.
So they're
or
maximising
Steve Elkington.
Maximising their talent.
That's right.
Love it.
It's just some stuff they do that's unusual.
Okay.
At number 5, and it is US Senior Open week, and well done to Pádraig Harrington, but a bloke who won this tournament 3 times, Miller Barber.
Oh, Miller.
Did you ever see this? The people
Flying
say
elbow, right?
Jack Nicklaus had a flying elbow. Well, if you're on YouTube, you'll be able to have a look at this. But Miller Barber, a big name in golf, and had, No one has an elbow like that on the way back. But guess what happens next? Whoop, straight to the slot.
Into the slot.
Straight into the slot.
I'm thinking all the players you're going to mention, if you look from hip high through to hip high impact, they'd all be in the slot. Other than that, it could be everywhere.
Except for one, the number one. I think he's still a bit dodgy. At number 4, this bloke is not the most unusual swing, but my God, if you stop stop the swing halfway back, and the shaft of the club is still pointing down, it's not even pointing up, Nick. It's so flat and so laid off halfway back.
That's got to be
Raymond Floyd. Now, it's probably a good time to put the swing up, Dan. But honestly, this guy was one of my favourite ever players. And this swing is from Shinnecock Hills, the year that he won at Shinnecock, the US Open. I'm going to get you to pause it, Dan, as the club gets about knee high. No, go back. That's all right. Go again.
It's okay.
It's
very hard to do.
It's really hard.
Yeah,
you just got to use that. You got
that right there. That's perfect. That is perfect there.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is as inside and flat as you will ever see. Wow. Just move the bottom dot along, Dan. Yeah, move that dot along. Move it to the top.
Oh.
Is it possible?
Maybe it doesn't want to do it.
No, I don't want to do
anyway.
it. Oh, there we go.
There we go.
That's starting
It's
to look better.
It's getting better.
But halfway down there, if you could move it just a little bit further, I know. Oh, look how beautiful that is.
Love it.
And then whoosh.
Yeah, he's impressive.
What a player. Raymond Floyd. Well done. At number 3, Hubert Green.
Oh, yes, Hubert.
There was a fair argument that he should have been number 1 because he did some weird stuff. Weird stuff chipping, weird stuff putting. But really, this is all about the golf swing.
Very bent over, wasn't he? I think
bent
from memory.
over, short, looping.
Knees flying everywhere.
The works. Won a couple of majors.
Yeah, I know.
Or did he win 3 majors?
I have to look that one up.
Look it up. Look it up while I'm
I
talking.
will.
I reckon he definitely won 2.
Okay.
Hubert Green. At number 2, this was so easy. This bloke at one stage was the number 1 earner in the history of the PGA Tour.
Okay.
And then Tiger Woods came along and blew him away.
Yeah.
Jim Furyk. I mean, honestly. Even halfway down, like the elbow is behind his hip.
Yeah, he's
It
right.
was so weird.
His right elbow is almost attached to his right hip on the way through, and everything just moves as one.
Did you see the grip?
Bizarre.
Double overlap grip.
Double.
With that swing. So an unusual grip and an unusual action. The number 1 all-time money earner on the PGA Tour for quite some time.
Yeah, he was.
So that was
a lovely
remarkable.
guy too, Jim. He was really nice. Hubert Green, 2 majors.
2 majors.
PGA and the US Open.
He won a US Open.
Yeah, this is back in 1977. Yeah.
That's incredible.
US Open.
And at number 1, and Dan, if you can somehow dig this swing up a little bit later, I still don't understand how this guy made a living playing golf. But it gives you an idea into the headspace, the toughness, and also raw sporting ability is the only way you can put 2 and 2 together here that this bloke could even make contact with the ball.
Okay, hang on. That's
Irish.
Irish. Oh, the Das.
Das. Yeah.
The Das.
Eamon Darcy.
Oh, my goodness.
My God. He was a Ryder Cup star for Europe.
He had a backswing as though when he swung back, he kind of almost looked through his
That's
elbows
right. He almost
down at the ball.
I've seen a few swings. Unfortunately, if you're listening in the car, I've seen a few swings of people where they make a backswing and then both arms go up over their head and then they come back down and then follow through that way as well.
He had a massive bent left elbow from memory. I played with the Das. I think we were in Germany playing an event, and he'd just gone to the broomstick putter.
Oh, really?
And we're walking down the fairway. He says, "Hey, Nick, this is my first tournament using the broomstick. I got no idea what I'm doing." That was hilarious.
I remember
He played it pretty good though.
One year I was qualifying for the Open, and he was at my course.
No.
So I was late in his career, and he was warming up. And, you know, as British Open warm-ups, you send your caddy down with the shag bag and you hit golf balls at your caddy. So I'm dying to see Eamon Darcy hit the ball because I've heard so much about the swing. And he started off with the wedges, and the wedges didn't look too bad, you know, with his swing. Then it got to about a 7-iron, and I'm watching the swing, but also watching where his caddy was moving to. Not moving.
No.
The caddy wasn't moving.
He was a striker.
There was one ball after another, straight at the caddy, and he had the peekaboo going through. How he did it, I just don't understand.
Just a homemade, self-taught, Ryder Cup player, the works.
Now, I'm laughing at your swing, Eamon, but I'm not laughing at your record because,
one of the nicest
God,
guys.
you are one hell of a player.
One of the nicest guys too.
Can you quickly look up how many tournaments he won?
Okay, let's have a look.
Quickly look it up, because I'm going to say that Eamon Darcy with that action
I'm thinking
won half a dozen times on the European Tour.
At least, I would imagine.
What, you got him?
Where are we? Eamon Darcy.
Come on, Darcy. Give me 6 wins. Give me 6 wins,
No,
and I reckon he would have been a European Ryder Cup player 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, I think he'd have to be. It's a bit slow, the internet in here. But what did you say, half a dozen?
I said half a dozen European Tour wins.
So he won 4 times in Europe. He won twice on the Australasian Tour.
Did he?
Yeah. He won the New Zealand Open, and he won the West Lakes Classic.
Oh, wow.
That was Greg Norman's first tournament win,
That was
wasn't
in
it?
Adelaide, yeah.
But he won some big events in Europe. The Penfold PGA Championship, which is their big one.
It's a marquee event.
Jersey Open, State Express Classic. Not sure I heard that. And the Murphy's Cup, which is a big
What a
Irish
star.
event. Wow.
What a star player. How many? Can you see how many Ryder Cups?
Ryder Cup. Where are we?
Yeah.
Trying to see. No.
He would have been a hard
majors.
man to play, I reckon.
Tied 5th in the Open. He finished
5th in an Open Championship with that action.
Okay, he was representing Great Britain and Ireland. Remember before they did it all for a couple of them. He played 4 times. Four Ryder Cups.
A 4-time Ryder Cup player.
Gosh.
2 with Europe and 2 with just the UK
Amazing.
and Ireland. That is remarkable. What a man.
Don't shut that computer down, Nick, because it's time for the global results. We need to hear from you about what happened over the last few days.
Perfect.
So what do you got?
All right. Well, I'm going to start with the BMW International Open.
Good.
Most important tournament on the schedule this past week.
Well, particularly for Talk Birdie to me.
Exactly.
And thank you very much to BMW because you've been a great partner.
And shout out to Wolfgang, who's over there in Germany, because I was texting him.
Still listens every week, doesn't he, Wolfie?
I was texting him through the week. I think he's going to the Open, actually, so
half your
that'll
luck.
be fun.
Half your luck,
with
Wolfgang.
Elvis. But it was an incredible finish, that win by Michael Holick, finishing birdie eagle. There also was a YouTuber playing. Did you hear about this guy?
Oh, yeah, I did.
Brad Dolke. I mean, I've never heard of him, but apparently he's very famous on YouTube. He was coming tied 5th after 2 rounds.
Get out of here.
No, and he's a YouTuber.
Well, that's
So
worth the experiment,
must
isn't
have
it?
got an invite. Yeah, he finished midfield or something. But
So,
you know,
I don't mind experimenting with this stuff. I think it's good. And if he's a YouTuber who can play a little bit,
indeed.
it's not a silly thing to do.
No. The John Deere Classic was on over there in the States on the
Where is
PGA
that
Tour.
tournament? In Chicago, is it? Is it
in
Illinois?
Illinois, yes.
Yeah, okay.
I'm trying to think of the town because I played there a few times. Low scoring there, always is.
Always.
They got the T markers with the tractors, the John Deere stuff. But Chris Gotterup had a one-shot win over Ben Coles. I don't know if you saw the finish, but he was tied for the lead coming down the last. They've got water on the left. He's hit a perfect tee shot, 175 yards, pulls it in the water. Cost himself, I don't know how much money, because he then didn't get that up and down. He missed like a 3-foot putt. I think he cost himself $500,000. So poor guy. But anyway, Gotterup had a one-shot win over Max Homer in the end. The lone Aussie playing was Carl Phillips, tied for 39. The rest of the Aussies, I guess they're over probably in Scotland somewhere, preparing for the Open Championship, hopefully.
Yeah. Well, we've got the Scottish and the Irish still first.
Scottish Open this week.
Irish next?
No, the Open and then maybe the Irish, I think it
okay.
is. Yeah, the Open's
They've
not
mixed it
far
up.
away.
Okay.
Yeah. On the Ladies European Tour, they had the Houlicourt Women's Open in Belgium, where Kelsey Bennett had the 54-hole lead going into the final round and unfortunately got overran by Spanish rookie Carolina Chikara.
What'd she shoot?
Chikara is the younger sister of Eugenio Chikara, who
there
just
you go.
won last week.
There you go.
So the siblings have won back-to-back. Kelsey closed with the final round 73, 1 over. So she just struggled a bit in the end, but still a very good result. She's now 3rd on the order of merit.
Oh,
so
well done. That's
hopefully,
huge.
I think it's top 5 get starts on the
So we would have
LPGA.
guaranteed it almost.
Maybe.
Then, yeah.
Kirsten Rudgley also had a top 10 there as well, so well done to her. Champions Tour, they were at the Scioto Country Club.
That's
near
famous
Columbus,
for?
where Jack Nicklaus grew up playing.
That's right.
Have you ever played it?
No.
I did. I went and had
And?
a round there. Great little track.
Was it good fun?
Yeah, next to the fair bit of water. It's not far from Ohio State University. It was really good. Really good fun.
I saw this picture of Bobby Jones being presented the US Open trophy in 1926, and then Pádraig Harrington being presented the trophy for the senior one in 2026. And it was eerily the same. They had the same furniture, the same amount of people on the green.
Nothing's going to change there. If you ever get the chance to go around that area, Columbus, or if you're over there watching the Memorial Tournament, go to the Jack Nicklaus Museum. I went there during a rain delay one year with my coach, Neil Simpson, and it's a fascinating little place. It's like a house almost, but the amount of memorabilia in there is incredible. Tells the whole history. And the one thing I always thought, one of the famous things was Jack Grout, Jack Nicklaus's old coach, used to grab him by the hair and made him hit shots. So he'd keep his head still.
That's right.
Keep his head still. Grabbing him by the hair. I mean, sorry that wouldn't work for you, Dan, but I couldn't resist, sorry. But
I'm right here.
Sorry. But I'll always remember that. And I'm thinking that was the range probably where Jack used to get lessons. It was pretty cool. So anyway, but Pádraig Harrington goes back-to-back by winning the US Senior Open again. It's his third US Senior Open. I think now he's won 7 majors, 3 regular season and 4 seniors, I think. Yeah, impressive. But he had a 4-shot win over Stuart Sink. Best of the Aussies was Michael Wright. Brendan Jones tied for 20th. This week, though, as I mentioned, Scottish Open, but in the women's side, we've got the Evian, another major, where, remember last year, Grace Kim chipping in for, I think, Eagle or something?
But she had one
No,
putt
she
in the
chipped
last,
in after hitting in the water.
She had one putt in the last 3 holes or something crazy.
Incredible.
To win the tournament, win a major.
So I think an Aussie, come on.
Yeah.
I think they can do it. Anyway, that's this week's global highlights.
I reckon the Aussies do quite well up there.
Yeah, they do.
And I don't know why that is, but we do.
We do.
All right, boys, ready for some feedback?
Yes.
Okay.
Talk Birdie feedback. Thanks to Southern Golf Club.
It's not, going to be mean tweets or anything like last time. Or
No.
I got some feedback from people on that. They some enjoyed it and some didn't. So
Really?
yeah, they said, "Why are you getting people to talk badly about you?" I said, well, that's a bit of fun.
It's a bit of fun.
It is a bit of fun.
That's what they do to Mark every day,
We've got a couple of comments here. All right. First bit of feedback. This is on your list of golfers who went down rabbit holes from last week.
Oh, yeah.
And we had a lot of feedback on that, actually. Yeah. Mitchell has said, how can a top 5 rabbit hole list not include Tiger? Admittedly, he was still a winner after the changes he made, but he changed his swing completely 2 different times.
Oh, more than that. Let's go through them. He had his amateur swing.
Yes.
And then he turned pro and he had his butch swing.
By the way, I saw some butch era swings on X the other day.
Oh,
it was so good.
What's he doing changing that?
Why change it?
So he went from the amateur swing to the butch swing. And that's the one after he won a Masters. So he won the 97 Masters with his amateur swing.
Yeah.
Then Butch and he changed it to the Tiger Slam swing.
Yeah.
So there's 1, 2. So he got his amateur swing, his Tiger Slam swing, and then he went to
Hank Haney.
He went to the Hank swing.
Hank.
Still won
majors. And Hank will always say he won more majors with me than I think he did with Butch.
But it was horrible to watch.
Yeah,
I don't care what anyone says. Yeah. He won majors, but it was so tragic to go from that Butch swing to the Hank swing. Then he went to the guy with the big glasses swing.
Sean Foley.
Then he went to the Foley swing.
Mm-hmm. Did he win any majors with him? I don't think he did he?
I think
what was his last one? Well, actually,
the Masters.
He might have was no, but before that was Torrey Pines. So in 08.
So it was Foley. And then he left Foley, and now it's
and then did he go to Chris Como for a little while?
Yeah, he went to Chris Como.
I think he went to Como. So
there you go. And they were all very different swings. Yeah. Like the amateur swing that he won his US amateurs with, and I think he won 6 USGA events in a row. So he won the Under-18 Championship of America 3 times in a row, then the US Amateur 3 times in a row. They're all match play events.
I know.
And he won all those things. Yeah. And then he won a 97 Masters with the amateur swing.
Incredible.
So there's one swing, the Butch swing, the Hank swing, the Foley swing, the Como swing.
Dan, I think we went down a rabbit hole just then, by the way.
Oh, we did. A good one, though.
We did.
Womble said something similar. I'm surprised Tiger and DeChambeau did not make the top 5.
DeChambeau.
Bryson, what was I thinking?
And before we go on, before we respond to that, Dan has said, Friday feedback for you boys. Why wasn't Bryson in the rabbit hole top 5
Yes.
purely for the makeup of his bag?
Yeah.
Arm locks, non-standard drivers, single-length irons. He needs a trip to the golf clearance outlet. I think.
Dan,
He could have
that's a
been
good
number one.
He could have easily been number one. Very good
Problem
pickup,
with these
guys.
top fives, there's never enough.
No,
you know.
we do it on the spur of the moment.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
okay. We don't apologise.
That's all right. No, it's going to
Yeah.
happen. Well, here's another one, a different player
Yeah.
suggested. John, g'day, boys. Love the podcast. I'm in Vancouver. I could not believe Ian Baker Finch did not make your list of golfers going down rabbit holes. I think he should have been number one. Cheers, John. And Wayne.
Yeah.
Ian Baker Finch was a classic for rabbit holes. He won the Open Championship, and the next year nearly won Augusta. Then he goes to Ledbetter. Career done.
Yeah. I didn't want to mention that one just because it was
We're mates.
sad in a way.
I'm the same. He's too good a bloke.
Yeah, he is.
We'll leave him out of it.
but,
Look, he's done so well, though.
He has.
To excel in two careers, to be a superstar golfer,
yeah.
get the number 7 in the world, and then be a full-on superstar in the commentary world, not just here in Australia, but in America as well, to be so respected. To do well in one career is one thing. To do well in two careers just shows you the measure of the man in my book.
Well, also, if you think about Tiger going down rabbit holes, I mean, pretty good company. I mean, some pretty seriously amazing players have gone down rabbit holes from time to time.
Yeah. Everyone's I think if you really love golf, I think you're a searcher early, trying to find something where you can get better and better. And then hopefully you find something and you're thereabouts for most of your, your good playing. And then towards the end, if you're anything like me, you're still searching. And you'll never stop searching.
Have we done
never, ever.
Have we done top 5 rebuilds? Because I think Faldo would be at the top of that list, wouldn't it?
I reckon.
I think, yeah.
I saw his old swing not
He's
long
a
ago.
searcher.
It was just a loopy, loose,
The old swing?
arms flying, everywhere.
Mid-80s, yeah.
And then he tightened it up with Ledbetter and became a superstar of the game.
Darren, it's a good point you make about searching. It's fine lines. Martin Keimer, a natural fader of the ball, changed his swing in search for a draw, specifically for the Masters. Luke Donald, trying to find more distance when, or not long after, he was the world number one.
Yeah. That's
It's
right.
funny about Keimer. He won that PGA, and then he wanted to win the Masters, as you say, and he thought, I need to draw the ball. So he started trying to hit a draw, and he lost his game.
And he already won an Open. He won an Open at Pinehurst when there was no rough. And then he won a PGA.
That might have been afterwards, right?
Yeah, and he won a PGA at one of those crazy courses.
I remember it.
He did so well there.
Yeah, anyway.
So he was halfway to the career Grand Slam.
true.
If you think about it.
Okay, we had a bit of feedback on the PGA Tour changes that we talked about last week as well. Mixed feedback, it'd be fair to say. Some positive, some constructive, as it were. Cole, the only thing good about this new format as compared with the early 2000s is the Tour Championship being match play. Everything else is worse.
I did like the match play thing they were going to put in at the end. Not sure if we discussed it much, actually. Where
We didn't discuss it much.
They're possibly going to Cyprus and Seminole and Pine Valley and courses like that. Not sure they were given the heads up, by the way, because you'd want to let them know first before you announce that. So, anyway.
But look, I think it's good to put it out there and just see. A lot of the time, I think the NRL and the AFL, quite often they'll just shoot a little something into the media and see what they all think, And I wouldn't be surprised if the PGA Tour has done that as well. And they've sent a little smoke signal to some of the best, most iconic golf courses in the world. Yeah. Now it's just about picking up the phone and talking to the captains and presidents or the CEOs or however these golf clubs work right around the world to get it done. And, the PGA Tour, imagine, if they had the Tour Championship and they even went overseas. They just took 4 players to St Andrews or something, just to go to these iconic venues where we've done a whole season and now we're down to 4. And let's have a weekend of match play at Pine Valley or a weekend of match play at Cyprus. You don't even need the par of the golf course. A weekend of match play at St Andrews or Muirfield or just something so special, so iconic, where the world is watching. Just makes sense.
Love it.
Yep. A couple more comments on the changes.
Yes.
This one from Rounder. I'm not sold on the changes. The same overall money, but increasing the percentage to the top 120. Also, with the top 90 guaranteed starts the following year, it seems difficult to me to get relegated from. I hope it's good for Australian golf, but I do think it looks terrible for the European Tour.
Who was that?
That's from Rounder.
Let me tell you, Rounder, to finish in the top 90 of the best golfers in the whole world is a bloody hard thing to do. You were over there. What was the cutoff? Top 125 when you were playing?
125 when I was playing.
Okay, I used to be 113 in the European Tour.
115, yeah.
Believe me, if there is a championship style thing like this and there's 120 players and you've got to finish in the top 90 every year, otherwise you are relegated, believe me.
It's not easy.
That won't be an easy thing to do.
No. And there'll be plenty of movement too. I mean, that's
right.
30 to 40 guys will be relegated and
I
it's
love
going up.
I love that. And the guys who get relegated, it's not like they're going to the Corn Ferry all of a sudden. They're still battling away in $4 million US events.
Poor guys. Yeah.
The poor buggers.
I don't know how they're going to do it. Don't know how they're going to do it.
And then is there relegation from that to the Corn Ferry
I would
as well?
imagine so. I think they're working out all those details.
See, to me, it's just a win. It's a win for everybody. Yeah. And then you've got European being funneled through as well still. It's just, it feels more like everyone's involved this way. And there really is a tour championship.
From Michael. I grew up with golf in the 90s, and the money and conditions that the US PGA players today think they deserve, I find obscene. I'm not a fan of LIV, but if LIV evolves into some form of an international tournament schedule which makes national championships meaningful again, I reckon that is a real positive.
Yeah. Did many people arc up about the PGA Tour pinching? Because remember last week I was reading between the lines,
yes.
and I said I've been noticing what everybody has been saying, and it seems to be leaning in that direction. And I think with Adam Scott being on the policy board of the PGA Tour, it was a no-brainer, wasn't it, to make the Australian Open the first target because he's part of it. It does make an awful lot of sense that what LIV started is finished by a powerful organisation like the PGA Tour, and countries that have been starved of the absolute elite get their share, get a turn just once a year. It's just finding the right space. Now, if that space is November and December, so maybe you get 6 tournaments in an 8-week period.
Yeah, it'll be part of the DP World Tour.
Yeah, and just you're not going to get all the players from the championship playing, but let's do a deal where we're getting a certain amount of them going to the Japan Open and going to the Australian Open.
Yeah, I think it'll work well for us.
We had a bunch of comments on the Mean Tweets episode. There was heaps and heaps of them. And as you say, Nick, some people thought it was great. Some people thought, why are you doing that for? It's just a bit of fun. It's just a bit of mucking around.
Yeah.
A couple of comments here on that. Scott, bloody hell, those comments are a bit harsh. Love the pod. Keep going, guys. And DMAC, are we sure Monty is not behind these tweets?
That would be funny.
Very good.
Yeah, that would be. Look, that's the feedback to Southern Golf Club. We might wrap up. Hang on. Voicemail sound just went.
Oh, okay.
You want to hear a quick voicemail before we wrap it up?
Yes, please.
All righty.
You have one new voicemail. New message.
Hi, Nick and Mark. This is Mick. Just finished watching the US Tour, and the famous captain of the US team, Keegan Bradley, on the 4th hole, he and his caddy had a 7-foot, 8-foot putt. They took 1 minute and 7 seconds to complete the putt. I'm not joking. 1 minute and 7 seconds. This has to be outlawed, surely.
That's actually pretty quick for Keegan.
Yeah. As soon as Mick said Keegan's name, I knew where it was going. I'd love to. I wish I could see the putt and see whether he was straddling that putt. I think it is gaining momentum.
He would have been. And his caddy would have been too.
I think your stance and my stance, I think it is starting to gain momentum. I don't think they changed the rules quickly enough, but I wouldn't be surprised at some stage, at the very least, that caddies are not allowed to straddle a player's putt.
That's got to come in.
All right, so that's
they can help them read, but just stay away from.
That's the very least that I think will come in immediately, and straddling putts when you're not actually putting. I think it wouldn't be too much longer than that was ruled out, wouldn't it?
I hope so. I don't know.
If Nick,
not the powers that be.
I'm just thinking on the run here.
If I was, I would.
Yeah, at the moment, folks, it's 50 seconds for the first player, then 40 and 40 seconds for the next two players.
So say Keegan, maybe he was the first, so
Right.
he's 50 second, but it probably wasn't if it was a 7-foot putt.
Yeah,
So,
let's say it was 50 seconds for the first and then 30 and 30.
sure.
Would that change things?
Probably not, because they're not. Because they're going 50-40 at the moment,
So
well,
if-
the officials aren't penalising them. So
Okay.
whether it's 10 seconds, they're probably not going to penalise them.
Okay,
So.
what about if it was 40 seconds and then 30 and 30? Would that be enough? Because now you've 10 seconds off the first play, you've got to get busy straight away.
50 and 40 is fine.
Yep.
The issue is the officials aren't
Pinging them.
I don't think it's the time. All players are going over the time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not just Keegan, it's other players as well.
Yeah.
Some are taking 2 minutes, and the officials just aren't doing anything.
So I reckon, I've seen, people have sent me footage of me putting out. God knows where they found it, but I'm almost ashamed to say I was like a minute 20.
Right. There you go.
Right. It was a very important putt. I remember it was on the 13th hole at the Australian Masters, and it was a birdie putt, and I needed it, and ended up going in the right edge, but I took like a minute 20. And the reason I took a minute 20 is because I was so bloody nervous, right? And I think this is what happens on the PGA Tour as well. A lot of the time you take is to try and calm the farm. And, you
I thought he was going to say something else.
Calm the
farm down.
Calm the farm down. Yeah, that's right. A lot. That's what you're trying to do. Now, I know there are certain situations, and when you're playing for so much money on the PGA Tour, you've got to be a little bit lenient. But the 2 minutes and the straddling, if we just got rid of that, I think people would be much happier.
Yeah, I think on the Thursday, Friday, especially when you've got the bigger fields, the weekends, it's smaller fields, they can get away with it a bit more. But the first 2 days, they need to be more bang on it, just to speed up play, because it's brutal watching it.
Yep.
So.
Would you now? Here, right? You're a rules official.
Yes.
You're following this dopey-looking character called Mark Allen. He's nervous.
Sure.
He's got a couple of putts here where he's got to make them, and he needs to make these putts to make the cut.
Yep.
He's got 40 seconds to hit this 4-footer to make the cut, and he takes 45 seconds. Would you ping him?
No, there should be a 10-second barrier or something like that. And again, situation. We all know situational is a little different. It's when what was it, on the fourth hole? The fourth hole. Yeah. Keegan Bradley.
Yeah.
7-foot putt.
It's not situational.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not situational.
All right, for Southern Golf Club, that is the feedback. Time for the masterclass for our mate Sam at the Golf Clearance Outlet. Who's doing it today?
My turn, and
we're going off course.
We're going off course because I need to take a divot.
There.
Because the simulator won't work in this regard.
Yes.
So it's about how to strike your irons properly. I saw something that Henny Duplessis in the BMW International Open did on one of the holes, and it's a great little thing to practice and a drill to work on to help you hit those irons pure.
You know what? I would love you when you're doing this, because as pros, you can tell a hell of a lot what's going on in your golf game from the divot. I reckon we could almost focus in on a couple of divots where people have got the wrong lie angle.
Sure.
And show people the story there, what you can learn from your divot as well. So
maybe that's your masterclass, Mark. No,
I
don't think I've got enough time for mine.
I'll do it next week.
We'll see.
All right. We'll see. Masterclass coming up next for the Golf Clearance Outlet.
At the BMW International Open, Henny Duplessis did something on the back nine on one of his iron shots, what I really love for a lot of golfers, because I think one of the biggest issues with irons is people try and lift the ball. They don't hit down on the ball. And what he did was the old Gary Player walk through. I think that's a great thing to do when you hit shots, is as I hit the ball, I want to actually walk out after the ball. And he really drove down and compressed the golf ball so that the ball gets going up in the air. I think that's a fantastic thing for a lot of golfers to do out on the course, especially if you don't have a lot of power, because it gets all your weight going in the right direction. Now, when you do hit some balls on the range, that's a good thing to do, but another good thing is this. Get a little alignment stick, pop it just inside where your trail foot is. So ball's about middle of my stance here. I've got an 8 iron, and this stick's a good 6 inches or so. And what I want to do on my backswing is I want to keep my head nice and level over the ball. And then from there, I'm going to shift forward. What I see a lot of golfers do is they come back. And if you do that, well, you're going to hit the stick. You can even walk out after it. So on the driving range, same thing, nice and steady over the ball. And then walk out after it. You're going to take a divot. You're going to get a lot of momentum, and your irons are going to come off pure.
Talk Birdie to Me with Nick O'Hearn and Mark Allen, live from Titleist and FootJoy headquarters. Titleist, the #1 ball in golf. FootJoy, the #1 shoe and glove in golf. The Golf Clearance Outlet, they beat everyone's prices. BMW, luxury and comfort for the 19th hole. Betr, ahead of the game. And Hostplus, they can help you drive your retirement further. Now that's a plus. Issued by Hostplus Pty Limited. This is general advice. Consider the PDS and TMD on our website before deciding. Wherever you listen or watch, we'd love you to subscribe and share the pod with a friend. Talk Birdie to Me's executive producer is Dan Bradley at Kaizen Media. Sound design by Daryl Misson at loudzebra.com. And now from Titleist and FootJoy headquarters, that's been Talk Birdie to Me.
What I'm working on in my swing at the moment is being able to sync my lower body to my upper body on the way down. The Hyperflex shoe offers the stability and comfort that I'm looking for in my golf swing. Golf shoes are a huge part of golf equipment, especially when I'm working with the longer clubs like 3-wood and driver. I'm really able to go to another gear and know that I'm going to be supported. My name is Elvis Smiley and these are my FJs.